Hello, everybody. Welcome to Touchlineashibel. My name is Ashibel, and this is my preview of the game between Manchester United and Leeds happening at Old Trafford. I know. I think in the first fixture we drew at Elland Road, but I think that was when Ruben Amorim was in charge. But with Carrick coming in, I'm expecting us to do better in this game, even though our performances in the last few games have been somewhat flat. But I expect us to still come out on top in this game. So my predicted lineup for this game is going to be. Obviously, Sanela Menson goal, Diogo Dalot at right back, Euro. And I don't know if Maguire is eligible to play this game because he got red card in the last game. I was sent off in the game against Bournemouth, so I don't know if he's eligible to play this game. Left back is going to be obviously Luke Shaw. Defensive midfield, who else but Casemiro, and second midfield next will be Kobe Maino, and then Bruno in number 10. Now, in the front line, that's where I want to tweak it a bit from what Carrick has been going with. So instead of starting Ahmad, or rather, I would start in Mbeumo instead of Ahmad. What am I saying? No. I would start Ahmad and bench Mbeumo instead. Because Mbeumo has looked somewhat off in the last few games. Maybe he just needed a little rest or something, but I think I would start Ahmad instead. So, on the left, obviously, it's going to be Cunha, no one else. Number 9, I would go with Sesko. I think we should start with Sesko in number 9. Obviously, the bench. So that's my predicted lineup for Manchester United. I don't know what Leeds are going to come with. But now to the game proper. Now in the last 5 games, Manchester United have lost just 1. That was against Newcastle. And then they've won 3 and drawn 1. The last draw was obviously in the last game against Bournemouth where Maguire got red carded and then we drew the game 2-2. So we've not been in poor form. What I've had an issue with is the playing style and how the players have looked somewhat flat. Like I said at the start of the video, they've looked somewhat flat and they look like they seem to be struggling a bit, or that new manager bounce is gone. I'm hoping it doesn't, because this is a business end of the season. There's like 7 games to go, and then we need to win all these games to cement our Champions League spot. Even though news came out after Arsenal beat Sporting Lisbon in the Champions League to say that there's going to be 5 spots for English teams, which is a good one if you ask me. But I think we should just look to finish in 4th instead of hoping that we might just creep in there and be in 5th position on the log. So this is the business end of the season. We have to win every game. We have to win this game and then the game after that and then the game after that and the next and the next. So I'm expecting us to win this game, even though we've not really looked like we're on it in the last few games. So I'm expecting Manchester United to win this game. Obviously, it's the derby of the flowers. Wait. Yeah, so it's called the Roses Rivalry, and I think it's going to be a tough game with the fans right at you from the start. But to be honest, in the last few derbies, we've actually beat Leeds, you understand? And with good scorelines, even though we drew the last one, that was down to Amorim. So this is Michael Carrick, and I'm sure he understands what this rivalry is and what it means. So I'm expecting us to beat Leeds. But I'm not expecting Leeds to come in and lie down either. They've got Calvert-Lewin, who's always a thorn in our flesh anytime he plays against Manchester United. I'm talking about when he used to play for Everton. So it's a proper number 9, even though he struggles with injuries. But anytime he's fit to play, he's always a handful for any defender. You understand? So I'm expecting him to pose a threat to and the Leeds team actually, because they are fighting to stay up as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so they're currently in 15th position. Just 2 places above relegation, if you ask me. And they're currently 33 points. And then West Ham in 18th are just on 29 points. So it's just a 4 points difference between them. So it's really not far. So they are fighting to stay up. And usually, the most hardest teams to play are teams that are fighting to stay up. That teams that are fighting to escape relegation. So it's not going to be an easy game. It's not going to be an easy game at all. Like I said, Leeds are going to be right on it. And you know how teams in the past few seasons, or even this season since Amorim came in, they feel like Old Trafford is a ground where they can come in and get a win. So it's going to be a tough game. But I'm expecting us to come out on top of this one. And they'll probably extend the points gap between us and the other team in 4th. I think that's Aston Villa, who won yesterday in the Europa. So anyway, back to what I was saying. So this should be a must win for Manchester United. The players have to turn up on this one. Scoreline, I'm expecting us to keep a clean sheet. I'm looking at a 2-0 or 3-0 win against Leeds. Well, that's my opinion on this game. And like I said, I'm just hoping Michael Carrick makes the right decisions in terms of his starting lineup and doesn't play around with it or doesn't mess it up this time. Like he's done a couple of games, and then the substitution should be right bang on, right swift and timely. Like he should be proactive. Well, we'll see what happens. The game is on Monday at 8 p.m. It's at 8 p.m. Yeah, the game is on Monday at 8 p.m. So 8 p.m. find out our fate. And not forgetting that other teams play before us on Saturdays and on Saturday and Sunday before we play. So there's gonna be like a little pressure on the players, but I don't think the players should crumble under this pressure. I don't think players are going to crumble under this pressure. I stand corrected though, but we're Manchester United. We are supposed to be back in the Champions League because that's where we belong. Listening to the Champions League anthem on Tuesdays and on Wednesdays. Well, that's my preview on this game. I don't know what you think, but I'm hoping we win this one. I'll see you guys in the next videos. Have a good one. Cheers. Bye-bye.